Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between Ortho and SantaCLAWS on Ulrena. In the top left side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is Ortho. And in the bottom left side of the map we have the blue Terran player, it is SantaCLAWS. So this is Into the Void. For those of you who are not familiar with this is an examination of Bronze and Silver League gameplay. If you would like to submit a replay to Falcon Paladin for Into the Void, go ahead and send your Bronze or Silver League replay, which is amazing, to falconpaladin@gmail.com. I will send it to my screeners. They will vote on which ones are the best, and I will cast those. This is the replay that got the most votes this week. I'm very excited to cast it. There is a twist. I will not tell you what it is, but hey, let's go ahead and get right on into it here. It looks like we're going triple wall off from Ortho. This reminds me of what? Was this 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago now, where there was that wall off, and then there was the quick take of the gold in that TVZ where the Terran actually came back and won. Like, that was an absolutely stupid game. Really dumb game. But really fun to watch, and that's what's really important here. But so yes, going for the wall off here. Well, I mean, if it's a Reaper opening, they can hop up here. If there are Marines coming, I guess you are safe in the situation. I guess scouting can't happen, so maybe if that's what you're worried about, scouting is not going to happen. If you're like trying to take up the right to battle cruiser or something, then you will be safe at that point. I don't know what to tell you. Here comes our barracks. I have a Reaper name ready to go, assuming this is a barracks. There's gas. There is the gas for it. SantaCLAWS, what you working on? Oh, nope, it's a reactor. We get disappointed a lot, don't we, you guys? Man, my Reaper list keeps growing, but I don't have as much opportunity to use it as I would like. Such is the problem of a first world person. First world problems are the worst problems to complain about, so I will stop complaining about it. Perhaps Ortho will find it in his heart to use some of this gas and some of these minerals to go for a Reaper, but instead expanding. Oh, are you going to lift to the island? There's this gold base here too. It is an island, which means it's hard to defend, but it's kind of hard to scout as well. I mean, it's the Terran player, so obviously they can go ahead and scan it. Not that hard to do, but just thinking to do it sometimes can be the difficulty. Throwing down an expansion here as well. Both players going for their second command centers pretty darn early. This is nice. This is not bad for Into the Void. Factory coming out, and yep, just both gas here, which seems to be an interesting tell. Our blue Terran player seems to want to tech up to something pretty darn quickly. At the same time getting an expansion. It's not a completely one base play, mind you, but still something is fishy here with SantaCLAWS. Meanwhile, there is also a factory coming up for Ortho. I really feel like, based on this position, he's going to go ahead and land over here, which would be interesting. Would be super interesting to see. So, worker count is currently 21 to 21. Both players doing fairly well that way. APM is around 80, 100 for these guys, to be expected here at this level of the game. Engineering bay coming right on up, and barracks, starport. So this looks very standard up top here. We have some barracks, Marines, Marauders, definitely some tanks out of the factory, and some medevacs for some flying tank action. Everybody loves the flying tank action, I can tell you that much, except maybe Zerg and Protoss. But yeah, factory landing. Hellions? Come on, be Hellions. I believe in you. Widow Mines would be fun too. At this level especially. It is Hellions. Alright, so possibly some Hellion harassment going on. And look at this command center is floating. It has loaded up 5 SCVs on the inside. So 5 SCVs are heading on in to land at the happy gold place, the Promised Land, where they are free to mine and sit on the beach and enjoy music all the livelong day. Meanwhile, Hellions are popping out. They're going to be very disappointed, though. There's nothing to kill here. They can't get up this ramp. They can't kill those buildings. I mean, they can. It'll just take them way too long. Not really worth the time to get there. In the meantime, Ortho would probably get a tank out and just crush them anyway. But these look like defensive Hellions, which I am not familiar with. Usually Hellions are out there in the middle of the field killing stuff. They don't usually sit here playing D. Barracks, reactor, tech lab. Oh, tech lab starport. Maybe some Banshee. Maybe a Banshee opening. Double missile turret. Man, SantaCLAWS is worried about something. Worried about Liberators maybe. Worried about drops. Worried about Banshees? I mean, I guess he's going Banshee, so it would make sense that his opponent might be going Banshee as well. Generally, getting paranoid of things that your opponent will do is a sign of possibly a lower level player. I don't know. Again, keep in mind, I'm like silver level right now. The replay that I did last week or 2 weeks ago definitely showed that. I mean, my skills are not anywhere up near platinum or diamond like they used to be. I've definitely fallen off, but see, there we go. Tank on the high ground. Hellions try to get through. Marines, get out of there. Marines, run. Marines, don't die. Hey, they're not dying. That's good. Oh, one more tank splash. He does get a kill there. Looks like the Marines took out another one of the Hellions. And moving back, there are tanks, but they recognize there's not a base. So, they think, is my opponent sitting on one base trying to do some crazy stuff? Or, oh, Banshee, free SCVs! SantaCLAWS, see it. SantaCLAWS, see it. Oh, Liberator comes to save the day. Oh, Liberator saves the day. Nicely done there, Liberator. Any missile turrets here? No. Look out, Banshee. There's a Liberator right on your tail. Oh, look out. Run. What's our speed difference here? 3.85, 4.72. Oh, crap. Liberators are faster. But they do have to stop to shoot. Which means maybe the Banshee can live for like 10 more seconds. Ah, the Cloak is up and killing the SCV that is building the missile turret. But no, Cloak is no match for a scan. Can it get outside the circle? It gets... What? How did it get that hit? That should not have been a hit. Another scan. One more shot should be... Get outside before you shoot. There it is. How many more scans left? No more scans left. Oh, but missile turret finishes at the last second, and Banshee ends up getting completely obliterated there. Well defended by Ortho. Well defended. Absolutely, yes. Hellions, Marines do have map control. Banshee trying to sneak on in here, but look at this crazy missile turret. Bam, 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 bam. Oh my gosh, it's dead. It's dead. Banshee control, not the best I've ever seen. But that's okay. That's okay. Babysit your Banshees, you guys. They're expensive. They take a lot of gas, and losing them for nothing is not a feeling you want to have. Liberator trying to set up shop. Missile turret setting up, saying, I see you out there. I'm very, very quickly trying to build this missile turret because you're going to shoot me in the face in about 3 seconds if you feel like you need to. Thankfully, the Liberator does not feel like she needs to, and the SCV is able to complete the missile turret. Dropships now coming for SantaCLAWS. Enough of that Banshee nonsense, he says. I am definitely not working on that. Whoa, great wall of missile turrets here. This reminds me of Brood War, man. There are some island maps where you just threw up missile turrets all over the darn near place, spore crawlers, what have you, just because the only thing that could attack you was drops and flying stuff. And the anti-air of a missile turret's pretty good against both of those things. Still checking for a natural base, not seeing one there. So it is still 2 base to 2 base, which is good for SantaCLAWS, although the gold base is a bit of an issue. Income tab 33 to 32. Pretty darn even in my book, and probably even in your book as well. That tank, can it just not see those? Can't see them. The range extends out there, but unless you have a medevac or a Viking spotting, you can't actually hit at the maximum of your range as a tank. So that's something that I have brought up before, but is always good to know. Marine tank here from SantaCLAWS. And yeah, so that double gas that he had earlier was basically to go for Banshees, which didn't do a whole lot. Workers killed was 1 by SantaCLAWS. And I think that was just a guy in here. No, a guy up here trying to build a missile turret. But in the end, the last laugh was gotten by Ortho as he defended super well. This just seems like overkill. This ring of stuff. I don't know. Marines want to kill that Liberator. Not going to happen. Can the tank hit those from over here? I bet it can. I bet that it can. You have any Vikings, SantaCLAWS? Anything that can kill this Liberator? Run in there now, Marines. You have the range. No, backing out. Backing out. Wait for her to get close. And she decides that she is not going to get close and instead is going to get further away from everybody. Continuing tank production here. Plus 1 infantry weapons level 1. That's a little bit redundant. 2 Vikings on the way for Ortho, getting some of that anti-air stuff that is really, really good in this matchup. Killing medevacs and killing other Vikings and Liberators. Vikings are good at all of those things. All of those things are what it likes to do. Medevac with tanks pushing on out to the right side. Trying to sneak around. I mean, there's no reason to go this far out of your way if you want to do some harassment, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. Army supply, 44 to 51. Worker supply, 41 to 37. So SantaCLAWS has the army supply advantage, but Ortho has the worker supply advantage. Here we go. Drop tank action. Moving on in. There are Vikings, though, so look out for those. You definitely don't want to fly into those suckers. Combat shield on the way for SantaCLAWS. Concussive shells, infantry weapons, level 1, and stim pack. Up for Ortho, some good mule stuff there. Mule on gold is excellent. Oh, the Vikings. The Vikings see you, SantaCLAWS. Tanks land. Tanks land now. Alright, so the tanks land. They get 1 shot off, 2 shots off, 3 shots off. Like 4, and that's all she wrote. That was very, not the most successful tank drop I've ever seen in my entire life, I can tell you that. That's okay. Ortho really hasn't left his base except to build this and to send some Liberator harassment out. Really didn't do anything with that either, so playing very defensively, which is usually a problem if you're playing against somebody who is your level, because then they'll just out-expand you, as we're seeing here with an SCV, possibly going to go ahead. Taking the gold over here. Says, all right, you took the gold on the island. I will take the gold way over here, and it will be fun. It will be nice. and it will be a good time for all. Are those SCVs going clear out there too? They are. They're heading on out. They are advance transferring for sure. I mean, they're not going to get there before it finishes. But, you know, whatever. I mean, after it finishes. They won't get there after it finishes. Coming on down the ramp here, these Hellions are trying to hold their own against Marines and Marauders, but that never goes well. Never goes well, getting slowed. Marine trying to run, not going to happen. Most of the guys, well, most of the Hellions anyway, managed to escape. All the bios completely out of there. Ortho going ahead and taking his third base now. A little bit after SantaCLAWS takes his third base. We're keeping up. We're keeping up the pace right now in this TVT. Infantry armor level 1. Vehicle weapons level 1 wants the tanks to be good. Medevacs trying to heal up these Hellbats. That's the transformation that's available when you have an armory. So yeah, I mean at this point, Ortho, I just feel like you have a pretty good army. I know it's scary to go attack, but you gotta attack at some point. You gotta scout, you gotta scan different bases, see if any ninja stuff's coming up. You have to know what your opponent is doing. And right now, all you know, I mean, it's good to see this composition, that's nice, but you don't know anything else that's going on. You don't know if there's a third. There could easily be a third at this 11-minute mark. I know it's low level, but still expansions happen. Ghost Academy. Ghost Academy under construction. Here it is for SantaCLAWS. We're going to see some EMPs. We're going to see all sorts of great stuff out of these here Ghosts. Probably some personal cloaking as well, which is always very, very fun to watch. Especially at these levels where cloaking can be a little bit better than it needs to be. Opponents aren't necessarily as aware of that as they often are. Tank, tank, Hellbat, tank, tank, tank. Good things are happening here. Command center is upgrading to a planetary fortress. Roger that, good buddy. Marine and some Hellbats, some missile turrets hanging out here playing defense. And I mean, at this point, it's pretty much both players just start nuke. It's a nuke. Okay, nukes take 14 seconds to land, but they deal up to 300 plus 200 versus structures damage in a large radius. Use a ghost that doesn't make the target. Okay. Alright, so I think this is going to make up for a little bit how slow this match has been so far. I was wondering why people had voted for it to this point, but that is the answer because we're going to have nukes. Oh, I love nukes in all matchups, but TVT is especially fun. Plus 2 infantry weapons on the way. Ghosts on the way too. Where's our first ghost? Here he is. Here's our first ghost with his little green eyes and his little mouth that looks like an alien mouth and his red armor. He's so adorable. And he's actually heading out on his own. Does he have cloak even? Cloak has started. Yeah, I wouldn't go out there by yourself without cloak. That's my professional recommendation. And he is heading out, actually play defense on this base, which again is still a total mystery to Ortho. You gotta scout. You gotta send your Vikings, just fly them around, send an SCV around. If it dies, at least you'll know there's something there. At least you know there's something there. That's what what this is all about. Marine, 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 Nuke. That is my song today. Personnel cloaking takes 86 seconds to complete. It's at 33, so we have some time before that's done. Taking the long way around here. Maybe just going to throw down a nuke without even being cloaked. That'd be pretty boss. That would be pretty baller. All right, so where's most of the army, actually? They're spread around, actually. It's pretty good. Some clumps here, some clumps here. Oh, big old drop coming from Ortho. There are missile turrets ready to go, but the army's a little bit out of position to deal with that. And here it comes, boosting on in. Missile turrets getting some shots off. And a lot of missile turrets actually killing a bunch of these medevacs. Oh, no, medevac count getting absolutely obliterated right here. Another one falls. Eventually, Ortho figures out what's going on. Clears it out. Engineering bays are being destroyed here as well. Army trying to get through, but kind of stuck. You got to move up and then attack. Move up and then attack. Don't just attack move from here because these guys in the back aren't doing anything at all. Come on, man. Come on, man. You could do this thing. The orbital command is completely destroyed. Lifting it would have probably been a good idea there as well. That does actually supply block the Blue Terran player. Here comes the Ghost. The Ghost has some things in mind, and everybody finally is gone. Here comes the nuke. That's a suicide nuke, man. For SantaCLAWS, that thing is going to land and kill him. Oh, he saw it. Oh, no. Ortho saw it. He saw it. He scanned. He killed the Ghost. What defense? What defense there. So it was 128 to 128 total supply, but I feel like Ortho... I mean, it's even. It's 96 to 83 total supply, 42 to 45 workers. Losing this orbital command was a big deal, but I mean, not many minerals left here. That refinery was out of gas, and that only had 150 left. So I'd repair this. It's too late for that. But yeah, don't go ahead and rebuild here. Rebuild over here. Take another base. Long distance mining with your SCVs is nice. You have enough money to expand. I mean, at the very least, get some supply depots. SantaCLAWS, you can do this thing. I believe in you. Another nuke's on the way. That's something that SantaCLAWS is interested in doing. He has a ghost as well. So a ghost is hanging out here with the bile. Is he inside the medevac? He's inside a medevac. Alright, so the problem with trying to get a second nuke off is that if your first one doesn't work, then your opponent knows you have nukes. And it can be fairly difficult to get that second one off. Command center, schlepping up. Sensor tower on the way. Ooh, I love the sensor tower. That can see cloaked units, right? Oh my gosh, how do I not know that? I'm going to say it can't. It can't see cloaked units. It can only see regular units inside the fog of war. Can't tell you what it is, but can see them. Just tell you that they're there and they're present. There's something there, but that is about it. SantaCLAWS, yes, is taking a third base. Excellent job. More supply depots. Not supply blocked anymore, which is wonderful. Ortho was floating about 500 minerals and about 1,400 gas, but making more factories, which is good to spend that, getting upgrades. Good way to spend it too. Ship weapons level 1. Ship weapons level 1. I guess there are quite a few Banshees and Vikings here. So this is kind of Sky Tyranny a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of Marauders and a lot of Marines, but with the medevac Viking Banshee combo, that's actually a fairly large number of stuff, of things that can fly. Missile turret, missile turret, missile turret. And here we go. SantaCLAWS sneaking on over. Don't go there. There's missile turrets and stuff will spot you. Gonna return the favor with a giant drop. I'm not sure how well Ortho was prepared for this. Again, he does have some units in his main, as we've established. No, he left those. He left those. Missile turrets getting some shots off, but actually flying past most of them anyway. Landing inside the main base. Tanks in tank mode. Try to come up that ramp. You're in so much trouble now. But coming on over the Banshees, raining down fire. Nothing really can attack them except for these Marines, and the Marines are in a lot of trouble. No, all the Banshees are gone. Can the tanks clean this thing out? That one is not being hit. That's a huge deal. This one's still alive. Gone now. 12 kills on that tank, and a nuke coming down on top of it. The blue does get cleaned out. All the medevacs are gone. There's the scan. Where's the ghost? Oh, he's up here, and yes, he barely gets it off. Barely gets it off. There are 20 workers killed by SantaCLAWS. Obliterates this mineral field. 26 to 51 total harvesters. Ortho decides it's time to go. Time to head out at 66 to 88 army supply, though. SantaCLAWS looking good with that +1/+1 attack on the siege tanks. And no, look out, your Sky Terran. Oh, no. Oh, medevacs, they'll come back. Medevacs, turn around. I guess keep flying now. Oh, that was bad for Ortho. He lost all of that stuff. It's 51 to 99 total army supply. The army doesn't even turn around. It doesn't care. It doesn't care about these Marauders and these tanks. He's going to go finish off his opponent. That's what he is made and determined to do. This isn't even a planetary fortress. There's a tank on the high ground. Let's see how many kills he gets, as the command center is going to get burned down. It's getting so darn close, and actually it might get saved if a repair hops up there. I don't know, but this small handful of Marauders and tanks is just absolutely getting shelled by these tanks from distance, and that's it. The GG from Ortho. Ortho is defeated. SantaCLAWS is victorious, and SantaCLAWS is our winner today. I was going to say Terran's our winner, but they're both Terrans, so that would have made absolutely no sense. So well done. Well done by SantaCLAWS. Got that nuke off, especially again after that first one is off. Your opponent is so ready for them, but he's had it up here, sneaking on the high ground. Dropped it onto that mineral line, killed himself like 20 SCVs or so. Possibly not as many, because I think there were some up here that got killed with the main drop. Regardless, it was a pretty good TVT. I mean, it wasn't just tank, marine. We had Hellbats, we had Banshees, we had Liberators. We definitely had Marines and Marauders, and the Ghosts and the Nukes. So well done indeed to SantaCLAWS. Fun one. Fun Into the Void. I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed casting it. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back. until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars, you're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.